All right, I'm back. I had to get my Ethernet cord, man. You know what I'm saying? The internet been going slow lately. So we're going to see now if it's better. All right. I was checking it out. I didn't like what I was hearing and or seeing when I was checking it out on the live on my phone. So I went and got my Ethernet cord, and we're back up. I'm just doing some minuscule tests right now. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. I'm back. All right, let's go ahead and proceed. Let's go back and let's rewind this one. Okay, he was dropping jewels. He was dropping jewels.
Last couple years, a little bit over 10 million each year.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And I guess, do you come from money?
Yeah, I wish. Dad been in jail since I was 2 for murder. Kicked out of high school, college, fired from 10 jobs. Born and raised ghettos of West Philly. Nah,
Yeah.
not at all.
Now, I go all over the country just asking business owners their best advice to young entrepreneurs. Is it cool if we ask you a few questions for the channel?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. Are you a buyer or a seller?
I'm both.
Yeah.
I buy as much information as I can to help me get better, and I sell. You know what I mean, I'm both. Yeah. But I like to be a producer more than a consumer. I think that's the other issue with people is we're more of a consumers than we are producers. We know more about LeBron stats than we know about our own stats. We know more about what's going on in sports than we know about what's going on. Like in this season, I tell people this blinder season. Like I don't know, I've been to the Kentucky Derby. Every horse that races, they got something called blinders, one on the left, one on the right, so they can't see what's going on to the left or the right of them. If everybody start focusing on your own race and what's on front and what's in front of you, everything could change in a short period of time.
More than 90% of businesses won't make it past 5 years.
Yeah.
What's the most common mistake you see business owners make that prevents them from scaling and having that longevity?
I would say lack of marketing, right? I tell people all the time, you're extremely good at what you do, but no one knows what you do. If you are the best at this and no one knows, you're going to go out of business. So you need to be spending as much money as you can on marketing and getting yourself out here so everyone know you exist.
Would you say that if you lost it all, you can make it all back?
100%. Because I got the mindset now and I got the skill sets.
How old are you now?
36 years old.
36.
Yeah.
If you were to go back in time and have a conversation with your 20-year-old self, when you were starting from zero, what's the best advice that you would give to your younger self?
The best advice I would say is the biggest way to kill a big dream is to introduce it to a small mind. Be very guard who you
That's tough. That is tough. And I think I understand why. Small minds, they don't really know how to think about the ideas. They only really know about events and other people. It takes it. Yeah. So I get what he said. That saying lingers around everywhere. I've been hearing that so much more. Sheesh.
share your goals and dreams with, because mind you, you got your mom, you got your dad, you got family, they love you, so they only going to give you advice to not hurt you, that makes you feel good, right? You need to go get advice from people who are already crushing it, people already at high level. You want to become a millionaire, you don't ask someone who's not it. You want to start a business, you don't ask your coworker. Like, how much sense does it make to say, y'all want to go start a business, you go into your job and say, hey, I'm thinking about starting a business, you think I should do it? The answer will always be no. Why? Because they're at a place where they don't want to commit to a business, they don't want to commit to.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, where I work at, all my homeboys and all my coworkers, anyone who had an idea about starting a business or doing whatever they needed to do, bro, or make a business or something like that, I always told them to go ahead and do it. Do it. Do it. I always say this job. Feel me? I always say F this job. Now, mind you, I understand it's a paycheck and it's a comfortable way of living, right? But even me myself, thinking about making a business or starting a business, I'm very stagnant about it. Very stagnant about it because I don't have a drive, right? But it's people around me, those same people around me, when we have the conversations about getting a business or starting a business, they're also telling me to go ahead and do it too. So I can tell when some people don't have a small mind, right? Because we'll throw ideas at each other all day. Ideas all day, right? Because everybody wants to do the same thing, bro, where we're at. We all want to get to the next level, make sure our family's good, make sure that we can put food on the table and enjoy life rather than just working every damn day. Now that doesn't mean that you're gonna become an entrepreneur and not work every day, but at the same time, your time is spent differently. It's spent completely different. You get to do what you want at a certain pace. You're not at somebody else's pace. You're not building somebody else's dream. You're building your dream.
Trying anything new. So the biggest thing I could tell anybody is if you want to become successful, learn from someone who's already there in the industry that they're in that you want to learn about.
You got phenomenal advice, man. Appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you so much.
So we caught my guy getting out of the Lamborghini, heading into Dior, and he went from being broke to creating an 8-figure marketing agency that did over $10 million this past year. And what did he say? The fastest way to kill a big dream is to tell it to a small mind. Great interview from a real legend. He just dropped some phenomenal advice. But with that being said, let's go get this next interview. Excuse me, sir. Question for you. Have you ever been broke before?
Have you ever what?
Have you ever been broke before?
Sure.
I wonder if this guy like actually picked out random people, or did he actually like run into people who are rich? Like, how does he know this guy's wealthy? I know how. That boy dressing regular. That boy out here with his doggy, a sweater vest, and a jacket above it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what do you do for a living out in Atlanta?
Commercial real estate development,
How long have you been in the business for?
25 years.
Now, people think you have to have a lot of money to get started out in real estate. Would you agree with that? Or like what's that first move someone can make without a ton of money in real estate?
Yeah, unfortunately, real estate's expensive.
Yeah?
You do need some money.
What was the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
A couple $100 million.
A couple $100 million.
Yeah.
Whoa. A couple $100 million? Be specific, bro. Because $100 million in 1 year is outrageous. Did he touch $100 million, or did he help to produce $100 million, or what was your percentage of that? Like,
How did you scale from 8 to 9 figures, right? A lot of entrepreneurs, they start a business, they have a great
Sure.
idea, they struggle to scale and grow. What was your secret to scaling?
Look, if you go back and look at all the businesses that are really successful out there, a lot of it has to do with timing.
Have you ever met a billionaire before?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah?
Unfortunately.
What do you notice consistently among billionaires? And not even just billionaires.
They're
but
not as smart as you think.
What do you mean by that?
Everybody thinks because
he said billionaires are not as smart as you think, but they damn sure gotta have some kind of sense. You don't have to be Elon Musk to be a billionaire. Money does not. Money is a. let me let him do the talking, because he just dropped the jewel. He's like, he just said billionaires are not as smart as you think, but I bet you they have a drive like nobody else. I bet you they have a drive like nobody else.
you have $1 billion, that makes you smart. What I mean by that is a lot of people get lucky. It's not so much being a billionaire that matters. It's like, do you know the difference between values and beliefs?
What's that?
Beliefs are what you think is true. Values are what you think are important. Understanding your beliefs and then understanding your values. Like, what do you believe in? What do you think is important? Focus on the things that are important.
What is the secret to being able to raise capital, right? In a competitive industry like real estate and entrepreneurship in general, in terms of raising capital, any advice to people out there? Maybe it's for a development, for a project.
What I think will shock most people, not wealthy people or some of the people you just named, is right now there is more money out there in the world looking for a good business plan than the inverse. There are not as many good business plans as what you think. And the people who have capital, they can look at a business plan quickly and tell, just like, watching Shark Tank, right? They know what does and doesn't make sense. They understand margins, they understand cost structures, they understand when somebody doesn't know the details. So raising capital is, you got to start with like a really good business plan that has a legitimate pathway to growth. You have to be able to show why this this is going to be worth the effort? Why is this money going to come back with a return that makes sense for the person investing in?
How old are you now?
I'm about to turn 56.
56.
Yeah.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
55 and a half.
55
no,
and a half.
I'm kidding. I have no idea because I don't really track that stuff. It just isn't.
Bro, his demeanor about his wealth is outrageous. You know what I mean? And you know, I like how the majority of the people that I run into, because of what I do nowadays, I meet a lot of people too. And when I go to their houses and I see that they have a beautiful house or a lot of things, and you can tell that they're, you know, well off, they're a lot more lighter in conversation than some of the other folks that I meet, that I know that, you know, they had to worry about the insurance company, you know what I'm saying, taking care of this issue for them or something. The conversations are a lot more lighter. They don't have, you can tell the stress isn't on their back, so to speak. You can definitely tell that their stress is completely gone, right? And it's not that completely gone. They just feel good. There's a difference. There's a complete difference.
That important to me. But I'll tell you this much. I've been happy for 40 years, and that's a hell of a lot more important to me. Yeah.
I love that. What is the secret to finding that happiness, right? That inner peace inside, right? Because like you
said, that's a really good question. I mean, that in itself is, you know, there's another saying that says, like, if you do something you love, you never work a day in your life. Well, when I went through that transition, I realized I'd fell into that restaurant job, and I was very successful at it, and I was like, what did I learn from it? I learned how to manage resources, people, time, money, expectation, and I was really good at it. And then I was like, okay, so I understand how to manage resources. So what is it that I want to do where I can take that skill set and go do that? And what I decided was real estate development. And I enjoyed every minute of it. And I look back on it and it just feel good about it because it was something I really enjoyed, and I was doing it with really smart, capable people. But like, you gotta figure out like what makes you happy. And some people it's golfing every day. Some people it's like sitting out on their porch on a piece of property where they don't have to see, hear, or know that anybody else exists for 10.
Now that's real. You have to find your happiness. I remember I did an interview with somebody, and he said it straight up. He was like, "Man, you gotta be able to fight for your happiness, because a lot of people out here are going to try and take it away from you. That is a fact. There are some evil people out here, bro. Some backwards people out here that are persistent in trying to steal your happiness. And if money makes you happy, trust me, money's going to make you happy. It's not going to satisfy you, but it's going to make you happy. And there are a lot of people out here that's going to try and take it away from you as well. All right, like, let's be for real. But that's not what we're here for. What we're here for is for information that's going to change your mindset. Make you realize that these people who are rich and well off, they're not out here angry and at everybody's neck and struggling. You know what I mean? Like, they're just not angry. Like, you have to have optimism. Where do pessimistic people go? Like, where how far do they get in life? If you're pessimistic all your life, where are you really gonna go? You're going nowhere. Where the same place where them crabs at the bottom of the barrel are at.
Miles away. I mean, it's different for everybody. Focus on that, and the rest is good.
Yeah, thank you so much
What's
for your time.
name?
James Dumlin, sir. So we walked up on a 9-figure commercial real estate developer out here in Atlanta, and that interview just goes to show there is endless amounts of capital and money circulating in the entire world. You just have to come up with the right ideas that people are willing to back and get behind, and you can create something amazing. Phenomenal interview, man. Let's go get this next one. All right, you guys, this is one of the crazy.
Now, see, the reason why I say I like this video too as well is because it's showing what optimistic mindset can do. This guy just has a camera. He has his camera. He has his microphone, and he's just going around talking to people. Even if they're not random, it takes optimistic mindset, an optimistic mindset to go out here and talk to people with a positive vibe and receive and reciprocate that same kind of vibe. Not a lot of people can do what he's doing right now, which is just putting himself on a whim, forgetting about fear and danger, and just going out here and talking to people and learning about their experiences A lot of people do this, and there's a lot of people that don't do that. But it takes a certain mindset. You don't have to be that little person in the closet in the dark all day scared of what other people are going to think about you. Get out here, go and do something. Even if it's just going to the park and just sitting in the park and watching ducks. I don't give a. Just get out here and do something. Talk to people. It's too many people out here for you to be a loner. Real talk.
Easiest houses I've ever seen in my entire life. We're gonna go up to them and see what they were able to do to be able to afford this place out here in Atlanta. Let's go see what they have to say.
Please wait while your call is connected.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, question for you, sir. I started a channel in Austin, Texas that I grew to 4 million followers, going all over the country just asking beautiful homeowners a few questions on their best
4
advice to
million
the
is
younger
crazy.
generation, the kids coming out of school. Thought you had a beautiful house, man. Wanted to know if we could ask you just a few quick questions for the channel. Is that cool?
Yeah, sure.
Appreciate you, man.
Access granted.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up, boss? How you doing?
Good, man. How about yourself? How long you been in Atlanta for?
Been in Atlanta about a little over almost 14 years.
Yeah? And I guess, what do you do for a living to be able to afford this place?
I'm a serial entrepreneur.
How many businesses do you own?
6 businesses at the moment.
6 businesses. Could we ask you a couple questions for the channel?
Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second here.
Appreciate you. Across all these businesses, what was the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
In a single year, the most money I've ever made is $15 million.
$15 million. Are you a buyer or a seller?
I'm a seller, 100%.
Why is that?
Listen, somebody has to consume, somebody has to produce. I always rather be on the end of producing. One thing about it, my mentors told me early on, more people got rich during the gold rush selling shovels than looking for gold.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
I made my first million at 29.
29.
That was a jewel. That was a jewel. More people made money selling shovels than searching for gold. I've always heard the people who make the money are the people who are looking for folks who need things. If you're looking to solve a problem, if you're looking to solve an issue or a problem for somebody, they're going to continuously come back. That's how most people do. You have to use the bathroom every single day. So you can go in your bathroom right now, and I promise you, there are people who make those utilities, make those things available to you. Toilet tissue, dishwashing liquid, a brush, hell, the sink, the faucet, toilet cleaners. All these things are problem-solving things. That's why they're making so much buku. Because they found, since I've heard it, it was on I'm gonna tell you straight out, it was on the Rick Ross Tears of Joy, the beginning of it, when he said power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in a desired manner. I understood exactly what's going on here. The middleman is always going to make money as long as there's people that need things and there's people that's creating things. If you can find that lane where you can push it to the right people, you're going to make money.
Yes.
And have you ever been broke before?
1,000%. 24, I was homeless and broke. And I worked from 24 up until I was about 26, just getting back on my feet, trying to find different ways and building everything out.
For somebody broke right now, for somebody at rock bottom, what is an actionable step that they can take to get really serious about becoming financially free like yourself?
It'll never come from money. Whenever somebody comes to me and say, hey, I'm flat broke, you don't have a financial issue. It's a personal issue. You have traumas or things like that you're dealing with and healing that you need to deal with to overcome. Because for you to get into a situation where you have no money, you're making bad decisions, you're making bad choices on a daily basis. You have bad habits that you need to correct. What are the things that I have?
That's a fact. I got some bad habits right now, bro, that put me in a dark hole, boy. I ain't afraid to admit it. Because I can identify it. And I can change it. And it's being changed. You're looking at it right now. But what he's saying is true. That's what I'm saying. Your mindset has to be on par. It has to.
to cut out. And once I can identify those things, I can build on it and become a better person as an individual. And then you look at learning, and then you look at learning skill sets that can contribute to you. You know, if you flat broke on rock bottom, I will pick up and learn how to sell, right? Once I get to a complacent point where I'm okay, because I don't want to be a toxic person, have negative traits on me, and then go try to sell and develop on top of it. You can't put sugar on shit. So you have to get rid of it and go, hey, now I'm okay. I can start to build properly on top of this foundation.
What do you think is more important, mindset or skill set?
The mindset, because the mindset will allow you to pick the proper skill set. Because with a bad mindset, you'll say, oh man, people are great at sales, I'm a sell. Yeah, but you're an introvert. You have the wrong mindset because you're just thinking that, okay, I'm just gonna go do whatever somebody else is doing. I'm gonna go do e-commerce. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go be a online influencer, but you're not attractive. You don't like speaking. You don't like, you don't have a bright personality. You won't be consistent in posts. Your mindset will allow you to identify who you are, what's your strong points, what's your weaknesses. I know my weaknesses and I know my strong points. I strengthen my weaknesses on purpose, but I flourish in my strong points intentionally. And that's one thing that we have to do. So that's where mindset comes in. It's like your mindset will allow you to not make bad decisions thinking that, oh yeah, if I just go learn how to work on cars, I could be a millionaire. And it's like, yo, bro, you got one arm. Yeah. It's like a bad mindset. You just think about money, but it's like, yo, you're not physically equipped or capable to do this.
And as an 8-figure entrepreneur, what's been the best financial advice that you've ever received throughout your career?
Spend that shit. Spend it in ways that bring back impact. Money is a tool. Spend it to further your information, to further your network, to get in certain different environments that you're not privy to.
What's the deepest life quote that you've ever heard?
More money, more problems.
Why is that?
Because the things that come with financial success is things that you could never imagine. You see it on movies, you see it on TV, but the things that come with this, the traumas, the experiences, the day-to-day life, everything is great, but it's a lot of things that you cannot predict. That you think becoming financially free is great, but the different things where you have to mentally grow and where you mentally grow through, once you get there, you realize that, okay, it took work to get here, and you look at everybody and you can't help but to judge. That if you only did this, and you know it, if you did this, and third, you wouldn't have those problems. You now have to face that and deal with family problems, friends, and you've changed. You do change. You get to see more. You've experienced a different level of life. And the hardest part is that everything around you changes. Everybody around you changes. And that's something for me that I've struggled with dealing with. It's like, okay, accepting people for who they are, where they are, but realizing they can't accept me for where I'm at.
You got amazing advice, man.
No,
Thank you so
appreciate
much for your time. This video was insane to make, you guys.
Hey, shout out to this guy, bro. Shout out to this man, bro, for making this video, for real, for real. There were definitely a lot of jewels. Definitely a lot of jewels in this video, I must say. And, I mean, I ain't rich. So, the only thing I can do is learn from a rich motherfucker, right? And they all say the same thing. You got to change your mind. You got to make sure your mind, your head is on right. You got to make sure your head is on right. I continuously hear that. And I hope this video, you know what I mean, doesn't try to, you're not looking at the money more than the mindset of these folks and the way how they interact with life itself, right? The way how they interact with life is like they're not a victim. They're not a victim anymore. You know what I mean? They made a way, they did what they had to do, and now they're pushing forward. Like, this is good information. And I got other videos coming out too, man. You know what I mean? I'm going to start streaming live more. You know what I mean? If you like the video, make sure y'all drop a like on there, yo. Make sure you press that like button. Press that like button. I got more videos coming. I'm about to start streaming more. You know what I mean? I was really jammed up with gaming, you know, with Grand Theft Auto on PC. I had just got into that. And also 2K25 just coming out, but both of it's trash now. I'm bored with it. So let's get back to what's really important, and that's you. The people out there that need their mind shifted in a positive way. All right? Like the video. Like the video. I don't care if you don't comment. Yeah, I mean, you could be a ghost. You could be a ghost in here, learning on your own time. But what's most important is that you take the jewels that these people are saying and you put it in your regular life, if you're down and out, put it in your regular life and see if it doesn't change little by little. Look into your own life and all those things that are just, that has you by a chokehold. Make sure you're trying to take out all the bullshit in your life, bro. And it's kind of hard for me to really like explain it, right? It's really hard for me to explain it right now. But as we continue to go on this journey of making more videos, I promise you I'll be able to explain it a lot better. A lot better. All right? Anyway, shout out to y'all. Shout out to this channel, Hard Knock Life. I'm going to go back. Let me go back. There it is, the School of Hard Knocks. Y'all go subscribe to them, see what they got going on. I got more videos coming. I don't know if I want to talk about the presidency or not, because the debates and Kamala Harris and Donald Trump right now are just going at it. But we'll see what happens. It is trending. It is trendy, and the only way to actually make y'all come this way is to look at the trendy things. But I don't know if I want to do that. Anyway, I'm out of here. Y'all take it easy.